Week 3 has arrived, and with it has brought the biggest matchup of this young season between the 2-0 Jacksonville Jaguars and the 2-0 Houston Texans. This has become the premier rivalry of the AFC South. They competed down the stretch for the division last year and split the season series. What's in store in their first meeting of 2018? It begins with Tavon Austin from the 1-yard line. He's across the 20 and brought down shy of the 25. And here comes Nataki Mason with 6 touchdown passes to 1 interception. All 3 touchdowns last week to Julius Thomas. 3 wide set to begin, and here is TJ Yeldon weaving right. Not much on his first carry, and both defenses, of course, in this matchup are 2 of the best in the AFC. 2nd down and 7. Here's some quick pressure. It's J.J. Watt. With the spin move on Ryan Cole, he gets going here early. It's 3rd and long for Jacksonville. 4-man rush. Mason planted, and the pass is incomplete for Robinson. He had it for the moment, but Kevin Johnson knocked it away. For Houston, here comes quarterback Cooper Hankins. 7 touchdown passes and 1 interception. It's a counter on 1st and 10 as Doug Martin gets the carry and a gain of 6. We'll see how much they rely on that running game with a couple injuries in the receiving core. They do have DeAndre Hopkins and Kyle Rudolph, but they're thin beyond those 2 players. 3rd and 4, Hankins from the shotgun back to pass. Good protection, and the catch is made downfield despite the big hit by Sergio Brown. It's DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best in the game. That time he got the better of Josh Buchanan. Texans inside the Jaguar 30 as Hankins will throw again, and this pass is incomplete. And that is Jarrell Pope covered by Michael Bryan. In the I formation on 2nd down, play fake. Hankins going deep for Hopkins. He goes up to make the grab. Touchdown, Houston. Sergio Brown couldn't jar the ball free earlier, and now he couldn't knock it away from Hopkins. 7-0 Houston. Jaguars' 2nd possession now underway as Yeldon runs into his own man, but still gets some room to the outside and is down at the 23. The offensive line has their hands full this week with J.J. Watt, Chris Long, Whitney Merciless, Jadeveon Clowney, and Brian Cushing has done a great job against the Jaguars over the past few seasons. Their secondary is also quite solid. From the shotgun on 2nd down, this is Yeldon running to the right, and Chris Long makes the stop, but Yeldon converts. 3 wide left, and the pass goes down the middle. This is Emmanuel Sanders on the slant as Mason completes his first pass. They're now out to their own 41-yard line. Here's a 5-man rush, and Mason flips around, throws it out of bounds, and that's going to draw the intentional grounding penalty. Mason kind of panicked there, and that's going to back him up 10 yards. 2nd and 20. This is Yeldon. Nice block by Julius Thomas, and Yeldon gets about 7 yards. They need 13 here. They go empty to try and get it. Mason with time. Sideline pass for Sanders and out of bounds. I'm surprised he even made the grab there, but as you can see with the feet, not even 1 foot down cleanly. Great start if you're a Houston fan as they take over their 2nd drive, and this pass is complete to Lance Kendricks, and he's out to the 35-yard line. That's a 16-yard play. 2 receivers right. They move around Hopkins. He was in the slot here, but it's a run for Doug Martin. He shows some power as he picks up the 1st. Offset eye. They run again, and there's Telvin Smith. He slowed him down enough, and the Jaguars got there. Can they get the stop here? It's 3rd and 5. They send 5, and the pass is complete. Breaking a tackle. Kyle Rudolph inside the 40 of Jacksonville, and it looks like they have another scoring threat. From the shotgun, blitz picked up, and that's knocked away from Hopkins. That time Nate Bell singled up in coverage. It's 3rd down again. Empty look. Hankins against the 4-man rush. No pressure, and he eventually waits for Hopkins to get open behind the zone coverage, and the Texans are inside the 20. Jacksonville getting nothing in terms of pass rush even when they blitz. Now going up for Marquez Perkins. The pass is incomplete. Well defended by Josh Buchanan. Hoping to hold them here. It's 3rd and 6. 4-man rush. Hankins checks it down, and that's Doug Martin not getting the 1st down. Good coverage on the back end, and they'll settle for 3. Houston leads this game 10-0 as they've owned this first quarter, but the Jaguars are hoping to answer here as Mason connects with Allen Robinson, and they're out across the 40. Now in the second quarter, here's a counter and some running room. Flag down as TJ Yeldon had picked up around 7 yards, and that is going to be negated. They get Brandon Linder on the holding call. Backed up to the 31 now, 1st and 20. Good protection and a completion across the 40-yard line. They have picked up the lost yardage and then some. After a gain of 13, this is TJ Yeldon getting stuffed after a 5-yard pickup. Now can they convert? 3rd and short. They keep it on the ground, and Yeldon lost the football. It's picked up by Ryan Cole, but they're not going to get the first down. This play was made by Brian Cushing as he continues to play well against Jacksonville. Houston still not giving up much ground in this matchup. They're leading 10-0 and have possession. Play fake, an open man downfield. That's Kyle Rudolph. Dragged down by Telvin Smith at the 47 after a big chunk of yardage. Back to the air on 1st and 10. Inside pressure, but Hankins gets it away. It's Marquez Perkins on the outside. The pressure by Nada wasn't quick enough there. Play fake on 1st down. Good protection. Sailing it to the sideline. That was complete. Marquez Perkins, what a grab at the sideline. And Hankins with an incredible throw out of the reach of Nate Bell. One of the best throws I've seen this year, and now a big opening for Doug Martin. And he's down inside the 15 after a 13-yard run. Jacksonville had the red zone stand last time. They're hoping for another one as that ball was caught and Perkins was out of bounds. Keep an eye on him. He keeps making plays. It's 3rd and 5. Empty look from Hankins. He throws short, and Nate Bell's there to stop Kyle Rudolph as the Texans are again held to 3. But they do add more points, and Jacksonville still hasn't gotten much going. 6:12 to go in this first half as Yeldon takes this carry wide. Spin move fails. Ex-teammate Jonathan Cyprian makes the play. Ace pistol. They'll run left this time. And Yeldon hit forward by Clowney, but still shy of the marker, 3rd and inches. The rookie's out there, Calvin Ford. They give it to him, and he picks up the first down, bouncing off Raheem Moore. And he's down after a pickup of 4 yards. And we'll see just how much they mix him in. Yeldon back in the game as he gets the inside handoff, runs through a defender. He has the first down, but a flag was also thrown. It's his second run that's coming back. This time, it was Ryan Cole who held. The mistakes are adding up on offense. They back up again. 1st and 20. This is a completion, this time to Emmanuel Sanders as they get to the 34. Sanders slot left. Here's a blitz. And there's a pass outside. It's caught by TJ Yeldon. And he gets the first down. No flags here as they are almost into Texan territory. First down, Yeldon straight ahead and hit around the 45 of Houston. Solid gain. Thomas slot right. Sanders slot left. And the pocket collapses on 2nd down. It's Chris Long. Mason didn't want to force it there. Didn't like what he saw. And it's 3rd and 10. 2 minutes to go in the half. Mason looking for a play. He escapes the pocket. Can he make something happen? There's Thomas with the catch. They get the conversion. And they're now in field goal range for the very first time. It took Nataki Mason improvising outside the pocket to make something happen here. And that is Julius Thomas down to around the 20 as they get another first down. Still plenty of time on the clock, and here is Yeldon again. Nice opening. And they're down to around the 10-yard line after a gain of 9. 3rd and 1, they have Calvin Ford back in. And the rookie runs straight ahead, bouncing off of J.J. Watt. It's his second 3rd and short conversion this drive. Emptying things out now. Goal to go, 19 seconds. Mason again chased to his right. He's going to keep it and score the first points for the Jaguars. Touchdown number 2 on the ground this year for Nataki Mason. And finally, the Jaguars have something to show for on offense. The Texans will take this to halftime with this run by Doug Martin. But this first half was largely controlled by them. With that being said, it's only a 6-point game. And the Jaguars finally put together a good possession. We'll see what's in store in the second half. It'll be Texan football to begin the 3rd quarter. After scoring the first 13 points, we'll see how they respond to the Jacksonville touchdown that ended the first half. 22 personnel, a power run here as Morton makes a move to the left, and that was a good decision as he picks up 12 yards. A successful day on the ground so far for Houston. They go to the ground again, and this is Doug Martin with back-to-back first down carries. They're out to the 46. From the shotgun now, they fake it. And Hankins going up top for Hopkins. He's got it! Over the top of Nate Bell. He takes it out of midair. And Hopkins has put them into scoring range. At the 20, this is Morton again. And he's close to his third first down of the possession. 3rd and inches, they bring the fullback out. They fake it. Hankins turns around, throws it deep through the back of the end zone. They tried to catch Jacksonville off guard with the play fake, and it did not work at all. But they do bring out the field goal unit, and with this chip shot, they have made it a 16-7 two-score game. Now it's Jacksonville's turn. Can they build upon what they put together to end the first half? Here's a good run to start things by T.J. Yeldon, gain of 6. From their own 30-yard line, they'll throw now. Mason dodging the pressure out to his right. Off balance and knocked away from Allen Robinson. That was Kevin Johnson on the deflection. Trips right, including Thomas, 3rd and 3. Good protection, but great coverage. Protection eventually breaks down, and Mason is forced to throw it away. This stout Texans defense gets another stop. Texan ball at their own 21. And they start this drive with a play action, flag down, a lot of pressure, and Hankins is sacked by Dante Fowler. Let's check the flag. Holding on Nate Bell. It's always something when these games aren't going right. 1st and 10 now at the 26, they fake it again, and Fowler's right back ball came out. Scooped up by Doug Martin, and he's brought down by Telvin Smith, but it's still a loss of 8 yards. Fowler gets the sack after all, now 2nd and 18. Firing right, it's picked off by Nate Bell. He's going back to the 5 and dives for the end zone. That will help close the gap. It's only a 2-point game on Nate Bell's 3rd career pick 6, his 2nd interception of the year. He's had a lot of them, but that's one of the biggest interceptions he's made. Suddenly, it's a 16-14 game. Texans right back out. Hankins trying to recover. He's going right back to testing Bell. And look at Hopkins take it away with one hand. He's not afraid to test them even right after a pick 6. Because when you have this guy, you know you're going to get your plays. At the Jacksonville 38. And Hankins swings it out. And there's Doug Martin not going anywhere. Sergio Brown with a solid open field tackle. It would be a 56-yard field goal from here, 3rd down. And there's Telvin Smith with the pressure, and Hankins throws incomplete. Good blitz by Jacksonville, and Houston will punt. The Jaguars have begun to turn this game around, and here's Yeldon racing away from Whitney Merciless. That was close, and he takes it across the first down marker with no flags, thankfully. Less than 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. And here is Mason getting outside to his right. He fires, and there is Marquise Lee with the first down gain of about 18 yards. 2 tight ends on the field, and they hand it off, but Chris Long's right there to stuff the run. He just shoved Lakeith Mason out of the way. 2nd and 11, they have a 2-receiver set still, and it's a 4-man rush. Mason again having to move out to his right, and there's Michael Riley with a quiet start to this year, but a big first down grab right there. 2:24 to go in the 3rd quarter, and this is Tavon Austin with a big opening. He picks up the first down on a rare carry. It's 11 yards. 2 receivers right and Robinson to the left. First down, here's the pressure. It's Saliga off the snap, getting to Nataki Mason for a loss of 7. 3rd quarter winding down now from the 39, and Mason gets the throw away, and this is Marquise Lee down near the 30. They need the 23-yard line for a first down. 3rd down for Mason. Here comes Watt, and the pass is complete. Big time throw there by Nataki Mason over the head of Brian Cushing, and a good route run by Allen Robinson. That will take us to the 4th quarter. A fantastic game we have here in Houston. 1 quarter left to decide the victor. And Clowney's there to stop Calvin Ford. That's a big loss, and they don't want to get too risky here. Blitz picked up, and Mason just throws it short. This is Marquise Lee breaking 1 tackle, but doesn't get that far. Jacksonville will bring out the field goal unit now. This is a short attempt, 26 yards. And with this, the Jaguars have their first lead of the day, 17-16. After a good quarter of defense, what can the Jaguars defense do here in the 4th? They get pressure, and the pass is tipped and off the hands of Sergio Brown. He had it. Incomplete. The Texans keep the football. Hankins on 3rd and 6. Blitz picked up. He's going long for Hopkins. He makes the catch again. Nearly unstoppable. Hankins had a wide open player short, but he had the trust in Hopkins to make this play, and the risk pays off. At the Jacksonville 43, he's going up the same DeAndre Hopkins. 190 yards on the day. Inside the red zone, it's 2nd and 10. Hankins with time goes short. This is complete, and Buchanan makes the stop after a 5-yard gain. It's 3rd down. 2 receivers right. Hankins on 3rd down, going for Hopkins. It's knocked away. Hopkins nearly had another touchdown, but Sergio Brown got his arm in there to jar it free. A field goal gives the Texans the lead back. It's a 2-point game, and here's pressure by Jadeveon Clowney. He takes down Nataki Mason. Now Jacksonville finds themselves in a very tough spot, 3rd and 16. And there's another hit by Clowney, but the pass was away. And that is Julius Thomas stopped well shy. They're going to have to punt it away. The Texans have it with the lead again. 6:43 to play. There's a play fake. Downfield, it's Hopkins once again. Inside the 30. Now well over 200 yards on the day. No one has been able to contain him. Not even Nate Bell. They're now well on their way to increasing this lead. 1st down, another fake. Hankins, however, in trouble and sacked by Dante Fowler, his 2nd sack of the game. This one backs him up to the 37. Now Hopkins in the slot, and the pass is complete. Great throw by Hankins, and they're down to the 25. Split backfield on 3rd and 8, and the rush there again. Hankins goes short, and there's Kyle Rudolph shy of the marker. They have to settle for another field goal attempt. This is a 39-yard try. And the Houston Texans now lead this game 22-17. The Jaguars have 4 minutes and they need a touchdown. Nataki Mason under center. He's back to pass. The rush is picked up just in time. Nataki rolling, throwing. It's caught by Robinson. What a grab. Another magnificent play outside the pocket. 3 minutes left to play. They are just inside Texan territory. And a rare catch by Allen Hurns as he takes the Jaguars inside the 35. Good pacing so far. They're leaving themselves plenty of time. And there's a completion to Keaston Holiday, but a flag down. And it's another holding on the Jaguars. They've gotten Linder and Cole. They get Wisniewski now. Backed up to the 43. Trips right, including Holiday. 5-man rush, it gets there. Mason chased, and he had to get rid of it this time. Merciless nearly had the sack. 2nd down and 20. Same formation. Mason from the pocket, down the middle, and off the hands of Keaston Holiday. And Nataki Mason is down. He was hit from behind, and he is in some pain right now. And here it is again, the second look around Lakeith Mason. And that means the rookie Nathan Justice is taking his first career snap. It's his first throw, and it's complete. Allen Robinson down to the 35. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. It's now 4th and 12. And by the looks of things, Nataki Mason is going to return to the game, and they're going for it here with 2 minutes left to play. Holiday slot left, Mason on 4th and 12. He's chased again. Needs to make something happen. He floats it up and incomplete. Yeldon never saw it. And the Texans take over on downs. J.J. Watt with the pressure right as Emmanuel Sanders was about to break free, and they still almost got a play downfield. It's not over yet. The Jaguars do have 3 timeouts, and they must stop Doug Martin, but he picks up 7 here on first down. They need to clamp up. 2nd and 3 from the I formation. And this is better now. Good play by Ryan Shazier. They need one more play to give themselves a chance. It's Martin straight ahead, and he is stumbling and hit again and down. The Jaguars have one more chance. Ataki Mason back on the field. They need a touchdown. They have 55 seconds and 1 timeout. From the 20, Mason scrambling out to his right, and he puts it up deep. And the ball's caught by Sanders down at the 23. It's a 57-yard play. They hurry up and spike it with 31 seconds left. They have 1 timeout still. Ataki Mason from the shotgun. He fires for Holiday, and that's complete down near the 12. First down, Jaguars. They use their last timeout. Stack formation, 19 seconds left to play. Mason fires. It's Robinson. Touchdown! The Jaguars have done it. They lead this game by 1 with 15 seconds remaining, and they will go for the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers right, Mason in the shotgun. Good coverage, Mason on the move again, has to make something happen. Off his back foot, he's picked off. Watch out, it's Watt! And Mason makes the tackle. Thankfully, he was there. Can the Jaguar defense hang on for 11 seconds? From the 26, here's Hankins. And there's pressure. He's sacked by Franklin Fitzgerald. They back up to the 19. 6 seconds left to play. Safety's all the way back at midfield. Hankins up the field, that's complete, and they call a timeout with 2 seconds left. Now, for the game's final play, who's going to take this first meeting of the season? Deep ball, knocked away, game over. The Jaguars are 3-0. They have defeated each and every one of their AFC South rivals, and they jump out to another great start this season. What a game. Our second classic of the series in the first 3 weeks. Thrilling victories against the Colts and the Texans, with that good game against the Titans sandwiched between the two. But the Jaguars are 3-0, and Ataki Mason comes through again late. With the help of Emmanuel Sanders and Allen Robinson, the Jaguars pull off the comeback, and the defense also played a big part. Now, they did allow over 200 yards to DeAndre Hopkins, but they were responsible for a touchdown. That was the Nate Bell pick 6, and they were able to keep the Texans out of the end zone. They allowed a lot of field goals, but that was okay. It gave the offense time to catch up and make their plays. Eventually, they came through, and the Jaguars take this game 23-22, one of the best games in the series by far. They are on top of the AFC South, and now they'll take a break from division action, and they're going to take on the New York Giants in Week 4. The Giants are 2-1. They played terrible in Week 1, but have played very well the last 2 weeks to beat the Lions and the Cowboys. Matt Barkley is their quarterback, and he's done a good job. He's accurate on the short and medium passes. And next week, the secondary has to hold up against the likes of Odell Beckham, Victor Cruz, and one guy we're very familiar with, Dante Moncrief, and he's done well against the Jaguars, especially last year. So can the Jaguars handle Matt Barkley and the New York Giants as they return home for the 3rd home game of the season? We shall find out. This video will be up on Friday here on my channel. Well, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and let me know down below in the comments section who impressed you in this come-from-behind victory. And by the way, I do think next episode I will put Rolando McClain at the base middle linebacker and put Ryan Shazier on the outside. A lot of you guys have been talking about that, and I think it will make a lot of sense. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you Friday with more Jaguars franchise. Have a great day.